The day before the guilty verdict in President Trump's trial in New York, there were these reports in the media. Representative Elise Stefanik filed a complaint against the judge overseeing former President Donald Trump's criminal trial in New York, alleging that his selection in the former president's case wasn't random. The potential misconduct pertains to the repeated assignment of acting Justice Juan Merchan, a Democrat Party donor, to criminal cases related to President Donald J. Trump and his allies, Ms. Stefanik wrote in a letter Tuesday. She added that, Judge Merchan also presided over the criminal trial against the Trump Organization. And will be presiding over the criminal trial of Steve Bannon, who was a senior advisor to the former president while he was in the White House. Ms. Stefanik noted in her letter that, there are about 36 judges eligible to oversee the Trump-related cases. But Judge Merchan, who is an acting justice, was selected for 3 of the cases related to the former president, and presumptive Republican nominee for the White House in 2024. If justices were indeed being randomly assigned in the criminal term, the probability of 2 specific criminal cases being assigned to the same justice is quite low. And the probability of 3 specific criminal cases being assigned to the same justice is infinitesimally small. And yet, we see acting Justice Merchan on all 3 cases, she wrote. Her letter made reference to Judge Merchan's donations to the Democratic Party and President Joe Biden, while adding his daughter is in charge of a consulting company that works with Democratic officials. What you are about to watch is the portion of a question asked by Congresswoman Elise Stefanik at the May 15, 2024, House Weaponization of the Federal Government Committee hearing. The witness for the questioning is Attorney Robert Costello, a former federal prosecutor.
Mr. Costello, in your opening statement, you said that in the over 50 years serving as a lawyer, you, quote, have never seen the types of politically motivated cases that have been brought in this presidential election season. These political cases are being used as a weapon of war to damage, defeat, or impede political adversaries and their allies. Instead of political warfare, it is lawfare, a cancer upon our collective judicial system. I want to begin with Alvin Bragg's weaponized sham trial in New York. Isn't it true that in Alvin Bragg's campaign for Manhattan DA, Bragg specifically ran on going after President Donald Trump?
That is true.
Isn't it true that Bragg's predecessor, Cy Vance, declined to prosecute President Trump?
That is true.
And the FEC also did not prosecute President Trump?
That is true.
And the DOJ did not prosecute President Trump in this case?
The DOJ referring to the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District?
Correct.
Absolutely true.
And one of the reasons the Southern District of New York turned down this case was because the supposed star witness, according to Alvin Bragg, Michael Cohen, was totally, quote, unworthy of belief. Isn't that true?
Without a doubt.
This is the same Michael Cohen who pled guilty to 7 counts in an indictment that had absolutely nothing to do with President Trump and actually predated the first time he met President Trump, correct?
Absolutely true.
And in fact, this is the same Michael Cohen who perjured himself to Congress. Isn't that true?
Yes.
In fact, when called as a witness in this sham trial, Cohen was asked directly if he was honest during his testimony to Congress. He said no, admitting perjury. But it's not just Bragg's case that is a total sham and illegal political lawfare going after Joe Biden's top political opponent, Donald Trump. This rot goes deep, all the way up to the top in the Oval Office. Because when Congress referred this admission of Cohen's perjury to Joe Biden's DOJ, isn't it true that the DOJ has refused to prosecute?
That is true.
Isn't it correct that Michael Colangelo, who was the 3rd highest ranking official in Biden's DOJ, was transferred to Bragg's office to run this weaponized prosecution of President Trump? Isn't that true?
Not only true, but it's unheard of.
Unheard of. It's a disgrace. Do you agree that this weaponization of lawfare goes straight to the top with the purpose of helping Joe Biden's failing presidential campaign?
The circumstantial evidence definitely supports that.
And the unconstitutional gag order on President Trump from New York Judge Merchan is unprecedented lawfare.
As far as I know, absolutely.
And let's go to the daughter of the judge. Isn't it true that she is raising millions of dollars off of this sham case?
Well, I have to say I've read that in the media. I don't know it of my own knowledge.
It is true.
Thank you.
One additional question. I want to talk about the rigged and unprecedented jury selection process. Isn't it true that Bragg's team asked the jurors if they followed Trump on social media?
Yes.
And isn't it true that they did not ask any of the potential jurors if they followed Biden on social media?
Or Michael Cohen.
Or Michael
Yes.
Cohen.
Yeah.
And isn't it true that 87% of the jurors said they voted for Joe Biden?
That's true.
Is this unprecedented and lawfare jury shopping?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Political lawfare for the purpose of election interference to go after Donald Trump. Do you agree?
Totally.
This is one of the reasons that Trump's polls continue to skyrocket, and it's why President Trump will win in 2024 to end the illegal and warped weaponization of the justice system, because if they can illegally go after Trump, they can go after anyone. I yield back.